Good evening and welcome to Vietnam News, where East meets West, and where the stories shaping Vietnam and Southeast Asia come into sharp focus. I'm Peter, here at our newsroom in Ho Chi Minh City, and tonight, we have 6 stories that cut across technology, tourism, public health, and social change. First up, trouble in paradise. Officials on Bali, once hailed as Asia's most beautiful island, are now calling for the deportation of misbehaving tourists as crime complaints surge. Is the golden era of island tourism under threat? Then, Vietnam takes a bold leap into the future, launching a sweeping plan to attract the world's top AI talent. But can the country compete with global tech giants, or will bureaucracy stand in the way? We'll also take a hard look at Vietnam's rising cost of living. A staggering 73% of single Vietnamese workers say they can't afford to marry or raise kids. What does this mean for the country's next generation? And in a story that sounds almost too strange to be true, snakes on a plane. Yes, really. Southeast Asia's airline staff on a high alert as more passengers smuggle live reptiles on board, often from Thailand. We'll break down why this is happening and what it means for regional travel. But it's not all bad news. Ho Chi Minh City and Quoc just received top honors in the Travel Plus Leisure Luxury Awards. We'll show you why these destinations are turning heads around the world. And finally, a health scare with a warning. An 18-year-old girl in Vietnam nearly lost a kidney after surviving on nothing but instant noodles and milk tea. A wake-up call for a generation living on convenience food. All of that and more coming up next on Vietnam News. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We're here every other day with the headlines that matter, most across Vietnam and Southeast Asia. Let's get started.
Even though it is widely known as Asia's most beautiful island, the Indonesian island of Bali has been urged to deport badly behaved tourists, as a surge in crime threatens to ruin its reputation as a top holiday destination. Officials in the popular hotspot say unruly foreign visitors should face stricter penalties and be kicked out of the country swiftly. Komang Nova Soeputra, deputy chairman of Bali's Legislative Council, said that foreign nationals who break the law must be deported immediately. Why isn't this enforced in Bali? Once caught, deport them. This will make Bali safer. He told the South China Morning Post, "If we were abroad and got into a fight, we would immediately be deported." The call comes as Bali strives to maintain its status as a premier tourist destination. It's not good for Bali, considering that we are trying to boost our tourism sector, the Bali Sun reported. Nyoman Budutama, chairman of Commission I of Bali's Legislative Council, said that the security situation in Bali requires serious attention. Of this number, 2,776 were criminal cases, including conventional crimes, transnational crimes, and violations of state assets. Foreign crimes included 434 assaults and 24 fraud cases. Meanwhile, crimes affecting foreign victims were 187 theft cases, 87 robbery cases, and 70 extortion cases. This year, Bali was named Asia's most beautiful island in this year's annual Reader's Choice Awards by Destination magazine. Under the new rules, tourists engaging in negative activities such as drug use, gambling, stealing, fighting, or throwing rubbish on the streets will be swiftly deported. In October last year, the island received the same recognition from readers of Nast Traveler in its Reader's Choice Awards. Most of the crimes committed by foreigners are conventional crimes, such as theft and traffic violations, he said. He said, "We are concerned about the increasing cases of crime and permit violations committed by foreign nationals." Putra added that the Bali police need to be more proactive in handling cases involving foreigners. According to data from the Bali police, from January to July 21, 2025, Bali police recorded 3,538 incidents of public order and security disturbances. Of the 2,776 criminal cases, 935 were committed by foreign nationals, 1,746 by Indonesians. Despite the crime surge, Bali remains a top destination for tourists. In 2024, Bali welcomed 6.3 million foreign visitors, surpassing the 5.9 million recorded in 2019 The Indonesian government targets 6.5 million tourist visits. 2. Bali in 2025. To improve its tourism image and address the issue of misbehavior, Bali has recently introduced new guidelines for foreign visitors. Bali officials hope that these measures will deter unruly behavior and preserve the island's reputation as a premier tourist destination. The Ministry of Science and Technology has issued a plan to attract 100 top-tier AI specialists who will spearhead the nation's critical AI development programs, making the technology a strategic motive for economic growth. This comes after the government passed a number of resolutions and policies aimed at boosting the digital technology industry, one of which is the Law on Digital Technology Industry, which took effect in January. The move is part of the nation's effort to establish a comprehensive, autonomous, and human-centric AI ecosystem. The ministry will offer attractive remuneration packages to lure overseas Vietnamese AI experts and those from other countries. A wide range of specific tasks is sketched out in the strategy spanning policy development, research initiatives, technical standards, training programs, and technology applications across essential sectors. The plan includes establishing a national AI expert database, developing legal frameworks to guide the implementation of the law on digital technology, industry and building technical standards and guidance, as well as AI-related legal frameworks. Research assignments will focus on building a national biological data platform integrated with AI to support biotechnology research. Development and commercialization efforts in Vietnam. Notably, the plan outlines the development of Make in Vietnam AI models in multiple domains, including language, image processing, audio, and data analytics. It targets the creation of a Vietnamese large language model with a minimum of 100 billion parameters capable of understanding text in such specialized fields as law, finance and accounting, taxation, agriculture, culture, and history. The strategy also extends to practical application. It promotes research into AI and Internet of Things, or IoT, technologies for livestock health monitoring and disease traceability to optimize Vietnam's aquaculture and livestock supply chains. Furthermore, it encourages research into post-harvest preservation technologies to ensure the quality of export-ready agricultural products. Along with these initiatives, the plan calls for fostering the development of virtual assistants, digital twins, and augmented or virtual reality platforms. It also encourages the development of AI applications in healthcare, education, smart city development, and sustainable agriculture. Moreover, the strategy emphasizes advisory support in designing and implementing critical AI systems, knowledge transfer, and building training programs for AI educators, experts, and engineers. Since Vietnam is facing a significant shortage in both quantity and quality of AI talents, this plan is considered a crucial step in meeting the demands of digital transformation and high-tech industry growth. By implementing this plan, Vietnam aims to position itself as a powerhouse in AI research, development, and application in the region and the world. 73% of single workers in Vietnam say they can't afford to marry or have kids, according to a new survey. The Vietnam General Confederation of Labor surveyed 3,000 workers across 10 localities in March-April 2025. The results showed that workers, especially the youth, are struggling with low wages. 73% of single workers said they hesitate to start a family because their salaries cannot cover living costs, especially as expenses for housing, food, and childcare keep rising. Overall, 55% said their wages only cover basic daily needs, while 26% have to cut back on spending to survive. Another 8% said they cannot make ends meet and need extra jobs. Many are forced to borrow money just to pay for sudden expenses like medical bills or emergencies. Among those already with families, 73% said low income affects their decision to have more children, with many postponing childbirth. More than half said their wages only partially cover the cost of education for their kids, and 7% said they can't afford school fees at all. Experts warn this could deprive children of quality education, limiting their future opportunities. Healthcare is also a struggle, as many as 44% of the workers said their income only covers basic medical care, while 38% can afford only some essential medicines, and 5.6% cannot afford any treatment or medication. Although 93% of workers received the mandated 6% minimum wage increase in 2024, some companies only raised wages for the lowest paid employees to meet social insurance requirements. This meant many workers saw no real boost in take-home pay, and the union called it a sign of weak law enforcement and loophole exploitation. In response, the Vietnam General Confederation of Labor has proposed a minimum wage increase of at least 8.3% or up to 9.2%. In 2026, they said wages must be enough for workers to cover living costs and save for the future, which would also boost productivity and strengthen employer-employee ties. According to the General Statistics Office, in early 2025, workers earned an average of 8.3 million dong per month, with urban workers earning nearly 1.4 times more than rural workers. This includes wages, overtime, bonuses, allowances, and other benefits. International Labor Organization data showed Vietnam's minimum wage rose from $119 in 2015 to $168 in 2022, but inflation ate away most of the gains. From 2015 to 2019, nominal wages grew 42.7%, while real wages rose only 20.1%. Between 2020 to 2022, despite nominal wages rising over 6%, real wages increased just 0.7%. The ILO advised Vietnam to adjust minimum wages based on inflation. Economic growth, employment rates, company affordability, and labor productivity to ensure workers can keep up with rising costs and support their families. For the third time in a month, Indian customs officers have caught a passenger sneaking snakes onto a plane from Thailand. On Sunday, they caught a man with 16 live snakes in his checked baggage. The man, who has not been identified, was arrested after he arrived in Mumbai on a flight from Thailand. The customs agency said in a statement that the passenger was, quote, attempting to smuggle 16 live snakes. It said that further investigation is underway. Like the two previous busts in June, the snakes were found during a routine check of the passenger's luggage. The 16 live snakes included several garter snakes, a rhino rat snake, and a Kenyan sand boa. All of them are either not venomous or have venom that is too weak to affect humans. But why are people going to such lengths to smuggle these snakes? Well, many of these snakes are in demand in the pet trade. A small number of people like to keep venomous snakes as pets, and some species can fetch a very high price. According to reports, the man who was caught with the snakes on Sunday was carrying them for a pet dealer in Mumbai. He was going to be paid 50,000 rupees for the snakes, according to the Times of India. That's around 625 US dollars. Now, this was the third such incident in a month. In early June, customs officers stopped a passenger smuggling 48 venomous vipers, also arriving from Thailand. Days later, officers stopped another traveler carrying 100 creatures including lizards, sunbirds, and tree-climbing possums. In Ishandhiria, the president of Wildlife Trust of India says the smugglers are exploiting various routes to sneak in these animals. Most of them are intercepted at airports, but some also come through sea routes. And this is not just a one-off incident. There's a pattern here. A wildlife trade monitor called Traffic, which battles the smuggling of wild animals and plants, is warned of a very troubling trend in trafficking driven by the exotic pet trade. Between late 2019 and mid-2022, more than 7,000 animals, dead and alive, has been seized along the Thailand-India air route. These include birds, reptiles, and mammals. 2 Vietnamese destinations have just been honored in the prestigious Travel plus Leisure Luxury Awards, Asia Pacific 2025. Ho Chi Minh City has been ranked the 7th best city in Asia Pacific, trailing only Tokyo, Bangkok, Singapore, Seoul, and Hong Kong, while Quoc Island has clinched the title of the 3rd best island in the Asia Pacific region, just behind Bali and Koh Samui. What does this recognition mean for Vietnam tourism? How are these 2 destinations balancing luxury development with their unique cultural heritages and natural environments? Let's unpack the details. First, some background on the awards. Travel plus Leisure is a leading American travel magazine with a global reach. Its Asia Pacific Luxury Awards are a prominent fixture in the travel industry, recognizing excellence in the fields of hotels, resorts, islands, cities, among others. Now let's delve into the rankings. Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam's vibrant economic hub, has been globally recognized for its unique blend of cultures and its dynamic urban energy. The city's captivating mix of French colonial architecture, evident in iconic sites like the Notre Dame Cathedral, Reunification Palace, and the Central Post Office, harmoniously coexists with its modern skyline and energetic urban pulse. Destinations like Nguyen Hue Walking Street, the bustling riverside cruises, the lively art galleries, and the exciting nightlife all contribute to the city's growing reputation as a premier destination for travelers worldwide. Moreover, the city's rich history and cultural heritage, coupled with its reputation as a culinary powerhouse, further enhance its appeal. From the mouth-watering street fare like CMTNTM and Me to its array of Michelin-starred restaurants, HCMC offers a diverse gastronomic spectrum that caters to all tastes and budgets. This recognition as the 7th best city in Asia-Pacific is a testament to the city's surging popularity. In fact, in the first quarter of 2025 alone, HCMC welcomed over 1.63 million international visitors, marking an impressive 18.2% increase year-on-year. This spike in tourism is a clear indication of the city's growing momentum in terms of infrastructure, service quality, and destination marketing. Phu Quoc, the Pearl of the South, has been voted the 3rd best island in the Asia-Pacific region, top ranking that underscores the island's pristine natural beauty and luxurious offerings. Renowned for its powdery white sand beaches like Sao, Kem, and Gan, Tao, crystal emerald waters, colorful coral reefs, and lush national parks, Phu Quoc is truly a slice of paradise. The island's appeal is further enhanced by globally renowned resorts such as the JW Marriott, Intercontinental, Regent, Pullman, and New World, all of which epitomize modern luxury while harmoniously blending with the environment. Beyond its stunning landscapes, Phu Quoc offers visitors rich cultural experiences with its pepper farms, traditional fish sauce and seafood markets, and picturesque fishing villages like Ham Ninh. The island's allure is irresistible. In the first half of 2025 alone, Phu Quoc registered 4.4 million visitors, including 882,000 international tourists. That's a staggering 33.3% and 76.7% year-on-year growth for domestic and international arrivals, respectively. In the first 6 months of 2025, tourism revenues on the island nearly doubled compared to the same period last year. In conclusion, these accolades from Travel Plus Leisure serve as a testament to the concerted efforts of Vietnam's tourism industry. For Ho Chi Minh City and Phu Quoc, these awards are not merely accolades, but a call to continue their pursuit of excellence. As Vietnam continues to open up, both destinations promise to elevate their offerings, ensuring that each visitor leaves with unforgettable memories. And who knows, perhaps next year, they'll claim even higher spots on the list. Congratulations to both cities, and kudos to Vietnam's tourism sector for putting the country on the map as a prime luxury travel destination. An 18-year-old girl's kidney almost turned to stone from eating instant noodles and drinking milk tea every day. This is her story. Recently, an 18-year-old girl presented to the emergency department late at night. She was doubled over in pain, holding her stomach and back. She told the doctors she had a terrible lower back pain that started 3 days ago and was getting worse. And she also had some nausea and vomiting. A scan showed that both of her kidneys were severely inflamed, and there were multiple stones blocking her ureter. The right kidney had several stones ranging from 4 to 7 millimeters in size. The left one had stones ranging from 3 to 9 millimeters. And the scans also showed that she had a 5-millimeter stone in her bladder. These stones had almost calcified her entire right kidney, so she urgently needed surgery. The doctors operated on her and removed the stones. Now she's recovering and is being given medication and has been told to completely change her lifestyle. But what exactly triggered this? Well, according to the doctors, this young woman had been living on a dangerous diet. She was having 2 servings of instant noodles every single day, one in the morning and one in the evening. Instant noodles are packed with salt, preservatives, and artificial additives. She also had multiple servings of sugary milk tea every day. Milk tea is loaded with sugar, unhealthy fats, and artificial flavoring. To top it off, she barely drank any water. This combination was really dangerous. Her kidneys were made to filter out toxins and waste from her blood, but they had to work overtime because of her diet. Plus, low water intake decreased urine flow, allowing minerals to build up and form stones. Sadly, what happened to her is not rare. Surgeons and urologists are seeing more and more cases of kidney stones and other urinary illnesses in young people. In 2021, a similar case was reported in Taiwan. A 20-year-old developed hundreds of stones after subsisting on bubble tea and sodas. Physicians warn that today's youth are more at risk than ever before due to unhealthy diets high in processed food and sugar, sedentary lifestyles, and chronic dehydration. But don't worry, it's not too late. Here are a few things you can do to protect your kidneys. Drink plenty of water. The general rule is to have about 2 liters of water every day, or just enough to keep your pee pale yellow. Limit instant noodles, fast food, and other processed snacks as they're usually high in salt and additives. These foods put extra strain on your kidneys and can increase your risk of developing stones. Cut back on sugary drinks. We're talking about milk, tea, soda, and juice here. These drinks can increase your risk of getting stones, so it's best to have them in moderation. Stay active. Exercise can help boost your overall metabolic health and reduce the risk of getting stones. Apart from these, you can also try adding citrus, such as lemon, to your water. The citrate in citrus fruits can help prevent stones from forming. You should also monitor your salt intake. Too much sodium makes your kidneys retain minerals, which can increase the risk of stone formation. Now, this is an alarming case, but it's not unheard of. Many young people are unknowingly damaging their kidneys by eating lots of processed food, sugary foods and drinks, and by not drinking enough water. But the good news is that if detected early, most kidney problems can be reversed with simple lifestyle changes. If you or someone you know is experiencing symptoms like back or abdominal pain, nausea, or changes in urination, it's important to get checked out early. Small changes can make a big difference.
That wraps up today's headlines from across Vietnam and Southeast Asia. From the rising concerns in Phu Quoc to the country's bold steps in AI innovation and the everyday challenges facing young Vietnamese, it's clear that this region is evolving fast, and we'll be right here tracking every turn. If you found today's stories insightful, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you don't miss our next broadcast. We post new reports every other day, focused, fast, and always from the ground here in Vietnam. Got a story tip or something we should cover? Let us know in the comments, or reach out directly. Until next time, I'm Peter. Thanks for watching Vietnam News, where East meets West.